Hello and welcome to this week's episode of MT2, Minerva's 2-minute tactics for your procurement, which this week comes to you from the very glamorous location of my garage at home. I've been having to have a clear out. We're moving house at the weekend to a new rental property, and unfortunately the new rental property doesn't have a garage, so I'm having to be pretty ruthless in terms of what I'm actually keeping and what is being thrown away. It's actually quite cathartic, really. It's taken me a lot longer than it should have done, really, because I've spent a lot of time finding old photos and just reminiscing about things that I found, really. But what it proves to me is I hoard far too much stuff, which I think is going to come in useful, but in reality, looking at some of it that I've kept, now I've got to get rid of it. I'm thinking, why on earth have I bothered keeping it? And that's particularly the case for things like documents, but also for things like training materials. At the time, the training was fantastic, and I worked for 20 years for Barclays Bank, and the training that I received there was just phenomenal. But when I look back at the training materials now, it's simply not relevant anymore. In fact, it's probably quite dangerous to look at it because some of it is outdated. There's been lots of other improvements to the way things can be done in particular areas, and the same applies to your procurement, really. So this week's tactic is, do try where possible to take advantage of any kind of training, development, CPD that is available to you when it comes to procurement, because there's bound to be changes to what's happened in legislation and, but most importantly, best practice about how you do things, and getting some training in that regard will really help you. So that's this week's tactics. I am now off to go and have another reminisce and see if I can have another look at my baby photo. I was so cute as a baby. What happened? Anyway, until next time, soldier on.